Good morning, children. This is your English 1 teacher, Miss Lovely Das, and I have come up with my first video where we will learn our next chapter, that is Vocation. I hope it will help you to understand this chapter in a better way. So let's get started. At first, I'll give you a short introduction of this chapter. So this chapter is a poem which is written by Rabindranath Tagore and is named as Vocation, which means a strong feeling to be trained for a particular career. So it means when a person desires very strongly to do a particular job. So the job can be of a doctor, nurse, scientist, teacher, or any other job. It also includes the job of a gardener, farmer, barber, postman, watchman, hawker, etc. So there is a child in this poem who every day while going to school watches some workers and feel amazed by their work. He also wishes himself to be in the worker's place. Now let's find out why does the little boy do so. Before I start explaining the poem, I would like to give you the meanings of some important words which will help you to understand it easily. So here it is. Number 1, gong or bell. It is a round metal plate which produces a deep and echoing sound when gets struck. So gongs can be seen in the schools. Okay, it is also called as alarm or bell. Number 2, lane. Lane means a narrow road, especially found in a rural area, through which less people can pass. Number 3, hawker. Hawker is a person who sells goods, who sells things in public places. Number 4, bangles. Bangles are ornaments, basically worn by girls around their wrist. Number 5, crystal bangles. Bangles which is made of transparent glass are called crystal bangles. Number 6, gardener. Gardener is a person who cultivates a garden and looks after it. Number 7, digging. Digging means breaking or moving soil with a tool or with a machine or with hands. We dig soil, basically to plant a tree, etc. Number 8, spade. Spade means a tool with a sharp edge, typically a rectangular shape with a long handle, which is used for digging the ground. As I said, we plant a tree and before planting we dig the soil. So for digging the soil we use spade. Okay. Number 9, soils. Soils means making dirty. Sometimes we make our clothes dirty or anything dirty, so we can say that we have soiled our clothes. Okay. Number 10, take to task, which means scold. Now let me clear you that task means work, right? But take to task means scold. The next, baked. Here baked means heated by the sun or any hot particle. Next, street lamp. Okay, street lamp means it is a tall post with a light at the top which stands by the side of the road to light it up, and it is usually seen in a town. So here are the meanings of some important words. Now I'll explain you the poem stanza wise. Let's see what is in the first stanza. In the first stanza, every day at 10 a.m. the child starts walking to his school, and every day he meets a hawker. A hawker, which a person who sells goods in public places. So he meets a hawker who sells bangles. Okay, bangles in the lane of his house. And by looking at the hawker, the poet feels that, the child feels that the bangle seller does not have any fixed routine to follow. The hawker can come or go back to his home at any time as he likes. He does not have to travel to any place, and he can do whatever he wishes to do. So the child finds this kind of life very attractive, which is totally different from his own life. Thus, we have learned in this stanza how the child gets attracted towards the life of the hawker. Now, let's know what happens in the second stanza. So, every day at 4 p.m., when the child comes back from school, he sees a gardener digging the ground in a nearby house. And the child gets jealous of the gardener. Do you know why? Because he thinks that the gardener can play outside in the soil, he can make his clothes dirty, and also nobody scolds him if he gets heated in the sun or if he gets wet. And so the child wants to live the life of the gardener so that nobody can stop him from digging the soil. So what did we get in this stanza? That the child is also attracted by the life of the gardener, and he wants to live his life because he thinks that the gardener is free to do whatever he likes to do. Now let's move to the last stanza. In this stanza, the child says that at night when he goes to sleep, he sees the watchman through the open window of his room, and the watchman is moving up and down the street. The street is dark and lonely, and as it was the night time, and so nobody was walking on the road. It is dark at night and things are not clearly visible. So the pole of the tall street lamp seems to be a tall giant. So giant means anything which is of a very great size. The lamp at the top of the pole is looking like its head, and the red bulb looks like its eye. So the pole of the tall street lamp is looking like a big sized creature with a head and an eye. So the child thinks that the watchman is so lucky that he can play with the lantern at night and he can watch his big shadow. Also, no one tells him that he must go to bed. Thus, the child wishes to be a watchman so that he can walk on the street all night and can chase his shadow carrying a lantern. To have a clear perception of this poem, there is a short conclusion for you. This poem displays a child's wishes and attractions towards the life of different workers. He feels that adults have an easy life and that they can do whatever they want. He thinks that they enjoy freedom. However, this is not true at all. The child is very innocent and does not know that the gardener, the hawker, and the watchman have a very tough life. So, dear children, every job seems easy until we do it. So, when we do the particular job, we can understand how tough it is. So, I hope this video will surely help you to understand the poem. Thank you, children. Stay home, stay safe.